out as far west as we can go, and we're riding east. So here we are with a good ride review of the Never Summer East. I'm here with Nick. He's been helping with the site, making it better, making us look less average.
I guess.
And to give you a quick summary, the East is the opposite of the westbound. The East is a super just nubbin of a nose and tail, as you can see here. It's got this extended ripsaw camber profile, kind of a lot of flat between the feet, going to some big camber in the tip and tail, just nothing for a nose and tail, all effective edge. It's like the effective edge of a massively bigger board than the size, and it's just wide, short, mean, and aggressive, but yet somehow forgiving.
Yeah,
when you look at the flex and everything like that. It's the most aggressive Never Summer board, but probably the most forgiving border cross racing style board I've ever tried. We rode this with Union Atlas and just the Union Atlas, and we kind of switched back and forth this morning.
I think these are perfect bindings for the board. Actually.
Perfect, yeah. It was funny, sometimes with a board like this you feel like you would need a lot of binding.
Yeah.
And you really, this was all you needed.
It's perfect flex.
Yeah. And we rode this with Adidas Tactical ADVs and Burton Imperials. Yeah, and Nick got on it first, then we switched it for Goofy, then I got on it, and or vice versa. And you can see this flex. Look at this fucking thing. It's just, you give it a try. I mean, can you even get that? Oh, you're a lot stronger than me.
Nah.
But
late trenches with this one.
Yeah, I mean, it's a very one-dimensional board. It's made to do one thing, two things really: carve and race.
Yep.
Late
trenches.
Yeah, late trenches, and really everything else about this board is really like moot. And you know, this has lots of pop, lots of flex. A lot of times with the Never Summer boards, even with some of their stiffer boards, the rocker in the middle kind of breaks easy and bends easy when you lean back to butter or press, or just, you know, when you're playing around with this. This doesn't do that. This is one of the first Never Summer boards, like even the Chairman a little bit would break a little bit in the middle, where this doesn't break at all. I mean, we got this brand new, but even after it's broken in, it's still gonna be mean. 100%. And the meanest of the Never Summer boards. And it's just got pop and drive and dampness.
Absolutely.
And we did compare it against
the Batmobile.
Yeah, the Batmobile. It was like, rarely do we get two boards that are so similar. These are both like mellow border cross boards, wouldn't you say?
Definitely. Yep.
Like, you know, the Alpha's full camber. And when we're talking about the on snow feel, like we went from like full camber from tip to tail with just all effective edge, no nose.
Extremely aggressive.
You could see both of them here. To this, it felt so mellow.
Definitely. And actually, in Never Summer, I don't like to, you know, try to say bad things, but I was really surprised about Never Summer, and I actually preferred this one over this guy. Which I was surprised about. I thought I was gonna like this more, but this is a hard charging, fast board.
This feels so much more technical.
Yeah.
This feels like if you want to race, but you might not be, or if you know you want to go out and kind of do that hard carving style, but you might get off your game here and there. And
early morning groomers.
Yeah. I mean, I love them both in their own way, but coming from this to this was such a like, whoa, this is technical and catchy. This is somehow forgiving, despite how gnarly it is.
Yep.
And yeah, I mean, this I would say, like, look, even if you're an intermediate and you want to get out and give this a go, you could probably swing it with this, where
Oh, yeah.
I pretty much guarantee if you're an intermediate, you're gonna catch an edge and fucking
Yep.
slam hard.
The board would ride you if you're not on it.
Yeah, and it might ride you like a bully.
Yep. I would market
Yeah.
this as an all mountain board, you know, for an intermediate to advanced rider still.
Right, right. It's got that like, just somehow it's got a forgiving nature for all that it is.
Yeah.
But I think we wouldn't have known how forgiving it was if we didn't try it against the Alpha.
Yeah.
And then, you know, like as far as edge cold, I felt like it gripped really well. I don't know if it would be like truly an East Coast specialist, but I think it's going to definitely be on the upper end of edge hold.
Sure.
What do you think?
Yeah, I would say that. I didn't boot out on that. It was really fun. Laid some trenches with it. A lot more playful, obviously, than this guy here. So
they're both
yeah.
like wide for their size, and I think like just
they don't market this as a wide, do they? No.
No. It's just, you know, for I don't know if they even have. Sometimes they usually have a regular and an X. But they made it extra wide to make sure that nobody will boot out. You know, most boot sizes won't boot out, and that's a good question.
Yeah.
And as far as turn initiation goes, I thought a board this wide with this much effective edge would be difficult to turn, but it wasn't. I could flip back and forth, edge to edge
Easily.
Yeah, I mean, we're definitely comparing two wide, fat, mean boards, and both of them I felt turned well. We have Union Atlas on each.
Almost felt like I was on a Donick or a Kessler.
Yeah. But wasn't it weird when you, like, I leaned back the first day I rode it to just see how it buttered off the tail?
Yeah.
It actually buttered.
Still can, yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah, I was like, whoa, that's weird.
Yeah.
Because I rode another racing board like this from Alloy and a few from Alloy, and those things just don't even give. I mean, you can give it everything you have and it won't even lift up the nose an inch. And this one was just like, and that's what I love about these. They're both mellow cross, it seems like.
Mellow cross.
Yeah. And that's what's fun, because not everybody wants to fucking armor up and helmet out and, you know what I mean, and throw elbows. And
you had a good term earlier. What was the term that you used?
Oh, progressive.
Progressive.
Yeah.
That's perfect.
This is very progressive.
Yeah.
And it just...
Patent trademark.
Good ride, trademark.
Yeah.
2019.
Patent pending.
Yeah. I'll sue you. I'll sue everybody if you take it. No, nobody wants it, I'm pretty sure. But, you know, what I loved about this East is just the turning experience, and the carving was so much fun. You could really feel this extra camber. Check the On the Table review too, because you'll see how this camber profiles fares against other Never Summer boards that have the Ripsaw camber profile. This is Ripsaw Plus, you know, it's like extended, and this base was just, look at this, it's unwaxed, but man, this carried its speed so well.
Oh, they're thirsty.
Yeah, they're both thirsty.
Yeah.
This came a little better. I've ridden this a few days now, and it just keeps getting drier every day, and I have so many boards right now, and I'm so lazy. But they keep their glide really well. And this is just a great, like, they both really, all that effective edge really held its edge well. It really carved and turned. Didn't you love, like, I really liked the spring out of the turn of the Alpha a little better than the Never Summer.
Feel the camber. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's definitely working with you, not against you.
Yeah, and I really liked the forgivingness of this though. Like, I felt like it allowed me to be aggressive, but I loved this, how it just had that camber in the center that just weighted and unweighted. You could really feel that, like, almost like shock absorbing springs.
Yeah.
Like think of this as like a sports car going around a tight turn on a windy road.
Yeah.
You know how it just comes down, and then as you're leaving that turn, it just springs out.
Did we ride this on the big wave? I can't remember.
I don't think so. I think we were just carving groomers with that.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'd be surprised to see how it slashed.
I wouldn't. I'd be afraid.
Yeah.
I'd be afraid to go vertical with this. And really, that's what these boards are. They're carving. They're turning. Even just mellower turns have such a powerful spring to them. But with the East, I think it did a great job springing out of the turns too, and it just felt like if you feel a lot of camber, a lot of drive and spring out of the turn, just from different places. This, you feel the camber here. With this board, you feel the camber here and here. And I would love to be more over the camber, but it's that extended ripsaw. And you can see it's got a longer flat than most Never Summer boards. So it did have a little more stability. I don't know if have you ridden a lot of Never Summer boards, Nick?
Just some of the park ones.
Gotcha.
The Warlock.
Gotcha.
Which is a noodle. You know.
Yeah, and you can see how loose they are with that.
Big time. Yeah.
The rocker underfoot.
But still damp, like another damp board as well too, handling the thunder well.
Yeah, Never Summer knows their dampness, and this definitely won the damp award.
Yeah.
This
especially in the spring and the slush and the crumb.
Yeah, as the groomers started getting messy towards the end of these are boards like I want to be on groomers.
Yeah.
And I want to put away. Especially this one.
Yeah.
This one you can last a little longer on a Saturday.
For sure.
Like if you want to go out and get first chair, morning, groomer, carves.
Yep.
This is fun. And I don't know where to put these, how to categorize these boards. I guess they'll probably sit, since we've only reviewed a few of these types, they'll probably just sit in the alternative free ride world, and they're each recommendable in their own way. And I think just like overall we had a really good time just getting out and riding a different way, and just kind of getting in that fighter stance and just doing some just doing some fun carves. And of the two, which did you prefer?
This guy.
Yeah
I think it's a little more versatile as well too. I love the dampness. I love to be able to charge with this and go fast. I mean, this board just wants to go. You don't go slow on this board.
Yeah.
There's two speeds. There's not going and then going.
Yes.
So this was a little more versatile. I felt I could just really do some switch toe sides and really get creative with this one.
Yeah, I noticed that you were able to do more. All I wanted to do was stay, but both of these actually rode switch pretty well.
I just wanted to point it with this one, to be honest with you. That's all I wanted to do.
Yeah, the other day when I was with you, I rode this switch a little bit, and I was really surprised.
Yeah.
And riding this alone, I felt like, wow, what a mellow board. I expected all this border cross, and instead I was like, wow, this is mellow board. I feel the camber. It's definitely medium stiff instead of like stiff, like an 11 out of 10 stiff. But all in all, this Never Summer East is really fun, and it's fun to get this kind of like mellow cross, kind of forgiving border cross kind of board out there, so you can still charge just as hard as anybody else on a border cross board, but you've got that catch-free nature. And I think that carries a lot of weight if you want to race or really just go hard with a little less consequence. I think that's like the key factor with this, and it still has that powerful drive.
100%.
Yeah. So there you have it, the Never Summer East. That was truly a treat this morning.